Chapter 14 of The Adventures of Puss in Boots Jr. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Mickey Lee Rich. The Adventures of Puss in Boots Jr. by David Cory. Puss Jr. meets another cat and moralizes on contentment. For some time, Puss Jr. traveled with the circus, but at last, finding he could make better time if he traveled alone, he said goodbye and started off by himself. Perhaps he remembered the old saying, "He travels faster who travels alone." And at any rate, he made up his mind on this point and set bravely out by himself. But he was not lonely, for he was continually seeing new sights and new people. One morning, as he trudged along a road bordered by green meadows, he saw at some little distance ahead a large apple tree. As he grew near, a pussy cat ran up the trunk. Little Robin Redbreast sat upon a tree. Up went Pussy Cat and down went he. Down came Pussy Cat, away Robin ran. Said little Robin Redbreast, "Catch me if you can." Little Robin Redbreast jumped upon a wall. Pussy Cat jumped after him and almost got a fall. Little Robin chirped and sang, and what did Pussy say? Pussy Cat said mew, and Robin flew away. "What are you trying to do?" asked Puss in Boots Jr., stopping in front of the tree and looking up at the Pussy Cat who sat upon the wall, looking after the robin who had flown away. "I'm not trying to do anything," replied the Pussy Cat crossly, "but I was wishing I had wings." "They would be very nice," replied Puss Jr. reflectively. "They would be most convenient at times." "Indeed they would," answered the Pussy Cat. "They'd be lots better even than red-topped boots." Puss looked down at his feet. "Perhaps," he said, "but I have found my boots most helpful. Do you know," he continued, "if people would be a little more contented with what they have, I think they'd get more." The Pussy Cat did not answer for a few minutes. Then she said, "What you say is very true. I suppose I ought to be thankful that I have such nice, strong claws. It's not hard work climbing trees, and as far as running goes, my legs carry me very well. Perhaps I don't need wings after all." "Well, I never saw a flying cat," admitted Puss Jr., "although I've seen some remarkable things since I started out to find my father, Puss in Boots." "So you are a traveler," said the Pussy Cat, jumping down from the wall and walking up to Puss. "How long have you been seeking your father?" "A long, long time," replied Puss Jr. "Do you know, sometimes I almost get discouraged, for this is a big world, and at times I feel so very, very small." "Well, you come home with me," said the Pussy Cat, "and get a good rest. I think you're tired out." This was the truth, for he had traveled far that day. End of chapter 14. Read by Mickey Lee Rich.